Bode Miller, getting ready for another Olympic Games. What's on your mind heading into Vancouver?
Not a whole lot. I mean, I'm pretty comfortable with where I'm at. You know, the weather's going to be tough up there. I think that's something we're all a little bit concerned with, just because right now the way things are, the conditions make such a big difference as to who you should be looking at to win and what skis you want to be on and your setup and tactics and everything. So that's really weather dependent. And Vancouver, Blackcomb, all that whole area can all be pretty rugged with the weather. If they get rain, or they can get a ton of snow. Whistler's been known to get dumped on. So,
do you think you have somewhat of an advantage being, being a veteran and having been through just about every possible condition?
Yeah, sometimes it helps having seen it before. Other times it's a hindrance, because you get something in your head that you can't do well on a certain thing, or you've had a lot of bad experiences in certain areas, and some of the younger guys come in pretty fresh and just don't really care and just go for it. But we're gonna all go up there and give it everything we got. I mean, I think everybody's gonna charge regardless. It's just a matter of how well your setup and your tactics match up with what ends up happening.
Now, 4 years ago, you were the cover boy for every magazine, every feature leading into it. This year, a little bit less pressure.
Yeah, I wasn't pressure last time, and I was pretty clear about it in my interviews that I hadn't won a race in 30 races coming into the Olympics, and the problem is they do all their stories and stuff in the summer. It was after I'd won the overall the year before, so it's different year to year. There's a lot of changes, but I didn't feel that much pressure then either. I just you come in skiing where you're at, and you always adapt your expectations to where you're at that moment. And I think we're, as a team, we're ready to ski hard. I'm ready to compete in every event that I'm in. So I think the pressure doesn't seem that strong for me.
And you are planning on competing in all 5 disciplines?
As of right now, yeah.
Why?
Because I can win in all 5 disciplines, and I can ski hard. I mean, I don't have to back off on any discipline right now. When I go out of the gate, I can race as hard as I can, and that's an important feature when you go into the Olympics, because you want to be able to go out there and give everything you've got. And yeah, I mean, I've won World Cups in all 5 disciplines before, so it makes sense.
And what's going to be different for you this time in these Olympics than previous games?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell, until you get up there. It's it's in Canada, which is definitely different. I was in the U.S. before in Salt Lake, and I've been 2 in real foreign countries. So, that's always a little bit different. It'll be more comfortable for us in a lot of ways because we're more, it's a lot closer to American culture up there. But, they're spread out more this year too. I mean, there's more time in between, which can be good. But, I don't know. It's hard to say.
How are you feeling physically and mentally going into this round?
Physically is always a little bit of a challenge. This year I started so late, I wasn't prepared to race this season at all. I thought I was retired, and so that's been different. But I feel like I've made good progress throughout the year, and I'm maybe not in the perfect shape that I'd like to be in, but I'm skiing hard, and I've in all the races I've been in, I felt real comfortable, and I don't feel like there's any real big deficits, any big deficiencies. So I'm comfortable that way. Mentally, it's going to be when we get up there. Once you start going through the opening ceremonies and really getting in the zone for it, I don't like to get too fired up too early, just because you end up burning yourself out a little bit. But once we get up there, I think you start getting the energy and you start really getting excited and letting yourself feel the moment. That's when you sort of find out where you're at.
Okay, one last question. Does it feel good to be back as a member of the ski team?
Yeah, it's definitely cheaper. It's been good. I mean, I get along with all the guys. It's great to see Ted skiing as fast as he is, and Wybrecht. There's a lot of guys who are skiing at a higher level than I've seen on the team before, and that's been fun.